Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Affirmations for Creatives. It's week 33. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Michelle Tracy Berger. I'm a writer and a coach, and every week I provide a fresh new affirmation that you get to practice to support more aligned self talk for all the things that you're trying to do in the world in terms of your creative work. Week 33, hard to believe that we're at this point in the year and super excited to share this affirmation with you. My growth as a writer is shaped by daily practice. I celebrate incremental changes in my work. My growth as a writer is shaped by daily practice. I celebrate incremental changes in my work. My growth as a writer is shaped by daily practice. I celebrate incremental changes in my work. All right, let's break that affirmation down. It is two parts, and the first part affirms that, and you can substitute, if you're not a writer, you can substitute my growth as a creative person is shaped by daily practice. So this wanting to come back to this idea of daily practice is something that can be powerful, particularly I think when we are at the beginning of our creative journey. So daily practice helps us just kind of, there's this saying among writers, butt in seat, right? So you're kind of logging the hours, you're doing the time. Daily practice kind of helps us build that muscle of creativity. I don't think one has to always do daily practice for their entire creative lives. Like there are just going to be times where that doesn't work. So I don't think we should think about it as rigid, but it is a powerful consistency piece in terms of making it feel like a habit and allowing motivation and willpower to kind of go by the side for a bit. Because when we know we're doing it every day, it doesn't really matter what mood we're in. And in other affirmations, other videos I've talked about, right, trying to get away from just thinking about I have to be in the mood to create. So that's the first half of the affirmation, this sense of daily practice. And so asking yourself, do you have a daily practice? Have you cultivated that? Is that something that's worked for you? Is that something that's of interest to you? A lot of exploration there. And then the second is I celebrate incremental changes in my work. That's also really powerful because most of the time, the way we improve over time as creatives is incrementally. We learn how to describe a character in a more dynamic way. We refine, and I'm just going to use this from the writing world, we refine how to do an ending in a much stronger way. We figure out how to open our stories with more clarity and more power. Sometimes we can jump from very, let's just say, beginner's tools. Sometimes we can make a jump because we live in a mysterious universe, our brains are a bit mysterious, and we just kind of level up, right? Like from one story to another. We just, something clicks, all of our daily practice levels us up. But most of the time, for most creative people, and also for myself, and I've worked with a lot of creatives in my coaching practice, we usually are making incremental gains. And we can see that over the longer haul, not just in a short term way. So the second half of this affirmation asks us to really embrace that sense of incremental changes in our work, celebrate that. And I'm always for like, okay, we're starting at the basement. Let's go through the basement. Let's go all the way to the bottom, right? Let's think about what you can celebrate that has been working in your creative work that's just been incremental, right? And let's magnify that. Let's enjoy that. Let's amplify that. Because really that's kind of the foundation of our creative lives. Let me know if this resonates with you. Tell me how you're doing. Let me know, do you have a daily practice? Is this something that you've cultivated before? Are you doing that with an accountability buddy? Love to hear all the details. And of course, if you found value from this video, give it a like, and even better, subscribe so you don't miss any of the weekly affirmations in this for this year. And hey, we're almost through the year. We're like in the third quarter right now. So if you're watching it in real time, thanks for coming in. And as always, stay inspired.